Good morning, everyone. It's Mitch. It's Tuesday, September 16th, and we're ready for another week of college football. We got a great slate of games this week, and I just want to quickly preview what's on the schedule. We're not going to get very in depth about the games this week. Well, we are, of course, going to get in depth the games later on in the week, but today we're just going to talk about what's exactly on the schedule. So first, we got Georgia traveling out to Arizona State. This game has lost a little bit of luster because Arizona State lost last week to UNLV. They're going to be angry. They're going to be prepared. I just don't know if they really stack up with Georgia. Georgia is just a lot better than what I even thought they were going to be. And I know they've dropped in the rankings somewhat. I don't think they've done anything to drop in the rankings. Anyone that's been really watching them play, and I know, a 14-7 game and a home game against Central Michigan, probably not as exciting as, hosting Ohio State and blowing them out of the gym. But trust me, the Georgia Bulldogs have done nothing wrong, and that team is loaded. I mean, just absolutely loaded. Just one of the more impressive teams that I've seen this year. We have, LSU and Auburn in an SEC battle. Auburn scored 3 points last week and still managed to win. They're going to probably need to score just a couple more this week if they want to pull off a win against LSU. I'm still expecting a very low-scoring game. I don't know if it's going to be 3-2. It should be a little bit higher scoring than that. We have Boise and Oregon playing. Oregon looked like world beaters, and then all of a sudden they go to Purdue. They sleep through the first half of the game. They managed to pull out the win in overtime, but you sleep through the first half against Boise, they could put up a real lot of points on you in a hurry. Boise, they always have this out-of-conference game early in the year. Sometimes when they play against really the stronger teams, they don't always get the result that they're looking for, and I don't know how they're going to fare against that stacked secondary of the Ducks. We got Florida travels to Rocky Top, Tennessee for the annual Florida-Tennessee game. This one's always a barn burner. Throw the record books out the window. We'll get some crazy calls, some crazy happenings. This is one of those games that you rarely know what's going to happen. The point spread is fairly large for this game. It's 7.5. The Gators, yes, they are that good this year that the spread even against Tennessee is that large. But this we saw last week in that South Carolina-Georgia game. You get two SEC teams that don't care for each other much, and it's probably going to be a hard-hitting, close battle. We have a few other ones. We got my Miami Hurricanes are going to Texas A&M. Rematch of last year's game. Two teams that are hoping to right the ship there. They get a little bit of national exposure. Michigan State, Notre Dame takes their first road trip of the year to East Lansing. They're not playing San Diego State this week. I don't think Michigan State's going to turn the ball over 6 times for them the way Michigan did. So if Charlie Weiss's team wants to go to 3-0 and actually make a BCS game, because if Notre Dame, if they get to BCS eligible, they always are going to get picked because of that gigantic fan base. They're going to have to win these games like this one. I'll go back to that BCS comment, and maybe it's a little unfair, but at the same time, Notre Dame's 0-5 performance in those BCS bowls maybe shows that they usually do get in a little over their head. I think that if Notre Dame wants to play in those BCS bowl games, and of course they do, and of course a lot of people, even the non-Notre Dame fans, we'd like to see Notre Dame. College football is more fun when Notre Dame is good. We'd like to see them be, if they're going to put them in that game, at least see that they're competitive and deserving, so that they're not keeping somebody out that actually, should be there ahead of them. And that's one of the controversies in college football. Well, that'll all sort itself out over this weekend and over the course of the season. And this is Mitch, and I'll be joining you all week talking about this great slate of games in college football.